What's up guys, and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, my name is Amanda and I am a cruelty-free travel YouTuber. In this video, I'm going to be doing some swatches, a first impressions review, and of course a tutorial on how I created this look using the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Blood Sugar Palette. So keep on watching. Now, this is a highly coveted palette. It's been restocked and sold out multiple times. This is a high-end palette that retails for $52. Overall, I think this palette is really stunning. It's very solid packaging, it's got some good weight to it, and I've never seen one that has kind of clasps like this where you open it up, unlike just your standard palette where you have the cover, the palette itself, and then you just kind of open it up and there's your palette. So that's definitely something that's a little bit different with the blood sugar, which I think is really cool. It kind of makes it a little bit more versatile and it makes it different, which you know I'm definitely about. I love anything that's unique. I think the color story on this palette is so pretty. You have a lot of different matte shades and of course a few shimmers. So if you wanted to do a more simple kind of everyday look, you could do that. Or you could do something really colorful like I have on right now. So the versatility of the palette is definitely there. So yeah, let's get into some swatches. First, we're going to go in with glucose. That's that white shade, so I have no idea if it'll show up on my skin. And then we're going to go with sugar cane. Okay, I feel like that didn't show up as well because of my skin tone. Okay, so we've got cake mix. Ouch. Got donor. Intravenous. Candy floss, tongue pop. I think I have room for one more on this arm, so we're gonna go in with sweetener right there. Some of them you can't really see just because I'm so pale. Okay, so on the other side we're gonna go in with cavity. O positive. Root canal. Cherry soda, fresh meat. We're going to go in with blood sugar, extraction, now extraction I didn't really swatch very well, so let me just kind of fix that. So this is the whole palette swatched. They swatched pretty well for the most part. I feel like when I was actually using the palette, it picked up a lot more of the pigments than the swatches do. I feel like a lot of the colors definitely applied better to the eyes than when I swatched them, so do keep that in mind. Finger swatches aren't always indicative of how the palette is going to perform actually on your eyes. And I'm also not the best at swatching, so do keep that in mind as well. Now, some of the colors didn't really show up because they're just so close to my skin tone, so that's just is what it is. However, when you're using them as transition shades or something like that, they can be really nice to help to blend out whatever eyeshadow look that you're creating. Speaking of eyeshadow look, let's get into the tutorial. Of course, I'm going to clip my hair back so it's out of the way. First, we're going to take Tongue Pop on a Sigma E25 and apply that to the lid, blending it out towards the top. Next, taking the shade Intravenous on the same brush, I'm going to blend that out along my crease. Next, we've got Fresh Meat, still using the E25. I'm going to add more color to the lid. Not my best blend, but that's okay. Using the shade Extraction on my E38, I'm going to add some color to the outer V, blending it upwards into the other colors. Of course, doing the same to the other side. really blending to soften the edges. Taking blood sugar, I colored in the other half of my lid. I'm using the E56 brush and pulling it upwards as well. Same thing on the other side. Now using Coma on an E30, I'm going to add some color to the lower lash line about 3/4 of the way in. And adding a touch in the very corner of the outer V. Using Root Canal on the same brush, I'm going to finish off the last quarter of the lower lash line. Next, taking the shade Sweetener, I brightened up the inner part of my lid, blending it into blood sugar and pulling it upwards towards the eyebrow. Lastly, taking Glucose to highlight the brow bone. I'm using the Milani Eye Tech liquid liner to add some eyeliner to the top and bottom. Now a little mascara. And of course, Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in the shade Weirdo. Now onto highlighter. I'm using Tarte because I'm basic and don't have a Jeffree Star highlighter. RIP. And that completes our look. Now, of course, I went in with Jeffree Star's Velour liquid lipstick in the shade Weirdo. Unfortunately, I don't have a Jeffree Star highlighter, so I use the Tarte Skin Twinkle in the shade Sunlight, which is right here. And then I did also use the Tarte Sex Kitten eyeliner to kind of touch up the eyeliner that I had on because it just really wasn't working for me, so I had to fix it. Now, all of these colors are just absolutely stunning. I feel like there's a lot of really great bright colors in this, and there is also a lot of really great transition shades to kind of help you blend out. Overall, I think this is a great palette. It is definitely high-end. The pigment is there. I had a tiny bit of fallout with the blood sugar, but I think it was really just because of the brush that I was using. If I had gone in and used my finger, I feel like the fallout would have been non-existent. So do keep that in mind. Now, with the mattes, I didn't have any fallout whatsoever, so I think it was just really with the shimmers, and like I said, I feel like if I had used my fingertip instead of a brush, I would have had no fallout at all whatsoever. And the color story is just so beautiful. I think it's so versatile. You could do something that's a little bit more everyday, you could do something really bright like this, you could even do something simple with some mattes with a little bit of shimmer or a pop of color. The versatility is definitely there. And of course, you've got your stars in the shades, which are a little messed up now because it's been used, but that's okay. So I absolutely am obsessed with this palette. I waited so long to use it, and I'm like, I really wish I hadn't because it is definitely going to be a staple for sure in my collection. Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. Consider subscribing. I make videos like this every single week, so we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.